All right, we're live. Merry Christmas, everybody. We are live, and I didn't get time to kind of prepare this broadcast, but I'm going to wish everybody a Merry Christmas, and then I'm also going to, unfortunately, have to address some stupid comments. So, and I've got a few, let's see here. My friend let me try on his titanium diver, looks better on my right wrist as my left is smaller. Yeah, I would never wear a watch on the right wrist. It's not a thing. Okay, so this guy sent me a huge photo. So we'll talk about these issues in the show. That's what we'll do. I don't like addressing questions in emails just because that way it doesn't benefit anybody else. So it's best to ask your questions in the live shows so that we can address them, and then they might be helpful to others. And somebody asked me why I sold the snowflake. I've already talked extensively about that. So obviously they're not paying attention to my shows. So pay attention in class. That's what I say. And I'm just responding here to a couple of comments.
Okay, I'm in Final Cut Pro version 10, and a viewer asked me how to
see, that was a thing on Final Cut Pro that I did. Somebody found helpful. That's good. It's always good when people find things helpful. And just getting caught up here real quick while people get into the show. It was a beautiful day, so I went for a really long walk, extra long walk. So I got back in here just a little while ago in time to do the live stream. Bitcoin's gone down a little bit. It's at 3780 for those who care. And let me go see if I can find this show. See if anybody's in here yet. And okay, so we got nobody in the chat. And yeah, maybe the notifications haven't gone out. Maybe nobody cares. So if nobody comes in to watch, then I'll end this broadcast here real quick, which will be fine with me. So one of these stupid comments was regarding our discussions on the border wall. And of course, we don't discuss politics much on this channel, but we did discuss it a little bit in the last show. So of course, it brought out a couple of stupid troll type comments. And so anyway, Brian's in the house. So it looks like notifications did go out. And so Brian, I was just saying that I had one stupid comment on our discussion regarding the border wall. And I will go and read those. Tim's in the house. All right, so let me go and see if I can find the stupid comments. Give me a second here, and I'll read those. Merry Christmas, everybody. Absolutely, Merry Christmas. And so let's see here. Here's the video in question. And then I'll read the comments.
Okay, all right.
And then I'll explain to you why they're stupid comments. All right. Okay. All right, so here's some stupid comments on the wall thing, and we'll get these out of the way, and then we'll move on to more positive topics, hopefully. This has got to be the stupidest idea I've ever heard of, putting retirement communities next to MS-13. The only problem solved is the boomer population culling. And then I said, my response was, no problem, just shoot the MS-13 members. I mean, duh, shoot them. That's what the police should be doing anyway, right? You see an MS-13 member with a gun, you should shoot him. Simple as that. I mean, these things do not have to be complicated, but of course the government always makes things more complicated than things have to be, and they're always a lot less efficient at doing things than they should be. That's the government for you. Okay, so here's another stupid comment. Let the Mexicans and Latinos just take over the U.S. No need for the wall. They're going to get over the wall, over wall or no wall. In other words, it doesn't matter whether there's a wall or not, they're going to come in anyway. Okay, so that's the argument from Dawn. And I replied, I said, not so easy to scale a 30-foot wall when there are people all around to see you. Of course, cameras and motion detectors and all those kinds of things, right? Then Mike came in with his own idiot comment about tunneling. Tunneling isn't anything new, LOL. What a cockamamie idea. So have you ever tried to dig a tunnel? Like a couple hundred yards or 500 yards worth of tunnel, and reinforce it and everything and all that work that you have to do. And of course, with a lot of people around, nobody's going to see you doing this. Yeah, I think that tunnels are way overrated, folks. Yeah, you have a few that they successfully have dug and taken drugs in through them. But again, if there's people around, and if you're keeping an eye on things like warehouses and stuff like that, so they can't dig up and come up into a warehouse and then distribute things from there. If you're kind of keeping an eye on things, it makes it harder for the nefarious people to do these things. So there you go. And I responded about the tunnel. I said, have you ever dug a tunnel? Not so easy to do, especially through concrete and or asphalt. Also, when they come out of the tunnel, there will be people there to see them. Duh, I think that's pretty obvious, right? Here's another, same guy. Spy satellite, sensors, thermal infrared, and rapid response. Area 51 is nearly impenetrable, but Trump tards want to waste billions on a useless wall. How much do you think it costs to pay all those people to do all those countermeasures and do all those things? You think that's free? You think all that's free? A wall, simply a barrier, whether you call it a wall or a high fence or whatever you call it, simply makes it easier for you to do the job with all those other tools. And you won't need as many of those other tools. You won't need as many personnel. You won't need as many sensors and so on. If you can mount a sensor up on a wall, it's much more efficient, right? It's permanently fixed there. It can be secured. It can be hardwired. There's a ton of advantages to having that physical wall infrastructure to work from a security standpoint. Look at all these multimillionaires that have estates. Guess what? They've got walls around their estates. You think they do that just for fun? That's part of their security. It's not their only security. It's part of it. I just don't understand how people can make such stupid comments and then nobody hauls them up on it. So of course I responded to him, actually walls are cost effective and make other security features more effective. Why do you think the rich have walls around their estates in addition to electronic measures? There you go. And then here's another idiot. Color the wall gold on the American side and make it look so Trumpy that terrorists all over the world like to visit this wall and pay for an American Great Wall tour. Well, here's the thing. You could certainly create a situation where it's a revenue positive thing. Again, you've got housing along there, you've got businesses, you've got a place to put solar panels to generate electricity, on the roofs. You could definitely turn it into a positive economic thing. And why wouldn't people want to live along the border down there? I mean, it's nice. It can be made to be nice with some irrigation and you know, some infrastructure. Okay, so those are the stupid comments on the wall. Let me check here. And by the way, folks, I'm going to put the comment in the chat. And I didn't see any of you all comment on Sarah's last video on her show, or at least very few of you all. So go and comment on her latest video she put out. I think she had the settings wrong when she uploaded it to Facebook, so it's only 360p, but you got to go into the iPhone and change the settings to get a high quality upload. So let's see here. How come I can't? I got to get back to you guys. Give me a second. Had to leave you guys so that I could go and read the stupid comments. Now I got to get back to the Merry Christmas show here. Back to you guys. Give me a second. Okay, there we go. All right, so let's see here. Clive is in the house. What business would open there? Ladders are us. Well, there you go. Somebody could sell them ladders. Absolutely. That'd be a good thing. See, here's the thing. You could open up a ladder store. On the Mexicans could open up a ladder store on their side, selling 35-foot tall ladders, right? It'd be cool. And so what they would do is they'd buy a 35-foot tall ladder, and they'd put it up on the wall, and they'd come up onto the roof, and of course the sensors would detect them. They would be arrested, the people, and then you confiscate the ladder, you take the ladder, and then you sell it to raise capital, and you do that repeatedly. And so you end up with a bunch of free 35-foot tall ladders for painters in the US to use to paint houses and to do positive things. So that would be a good thing. Get a whole bunch of ladders for free. All right, let's see what else we got here. And by the way, let me put a link in the chat in case anybody wants to come in. For some reason, people don't want to come in. And then, of course, I got, you know, a good Samaritan says, well, you know, we don't like it when you have guests in the show. We just want to watch you. Well, if you just want to watch me, then you've got some kind of problems, okay? I mean, that's all I can say. If you're looking forward to watch me, and obviously not that many people are, there's only 22 people watching. But if you like look forward to a live stream from Craig, as opposed to, for example, a live stream from Sarah or live stream from Clive. Of course, everybody does look forward to his because they always comment in the chat, when's Clive going live and all this. I mean, just constantly. So there's that. Spending Xmas alone, sadly, so I'm doing the Christmas story deal and ordering Chinese. Well, Chinese is a good deal. Absolutely. Keep the economy going. The Chinese folks are they used to always be open on Christmas. Now a lot of them are becoming Americanized, so some of them are actually closing. Merry Christmas, fellas. MS-13 is a drop in the bucket or largely good, hardworking people, and they aren't hanging around the border anyway. So the MS-13 are good people? Is that what you're saying? It's an interesting take. Merry Christmas, my friend. Is it true that Mexicans do not require an entry visa to Canada? So that means that there should be two walls. No, because first of all, they don't like Canada because it's too cold. And so they don't like to go to Canada. If they can, they'd rather go to the US. They don't like the extreme cold up there. So we don't really need a wall between Canada and the US because it's really not a big problem as far as people coming in through that border like it is the southern border. So again, that's another stupid comment. So keep the stupid comments coming. We'll just shoot them down. Clive says, Merry Fistmas. There you go. So I've got the GS titanium diver for Christmas. Your videos about that watch were a helpful part of my research leading to the purchase. Well, do you have it? Did you get it? Share a photo. Photo time, Rob. You can email me a photo, my name at gmail.com. I'll show the photo. It would make more sense to build communities near a source of water, the Rio Grande, than building near no water sources like we see in Vegas and Phoenix. Border cities like El Paso are thriving too. We can bring in water, Brian. We have the capabilities to bring in a water system. Clive, what business would open there? Ladders are us. Yeah, we already talked about that. It'd be a good place for a ladder business. And a tunneling business. You know, you could get like real expensive tunneling tools and sell them to people. And then when they tunnel under, you know, some of these boring machines that are real expensive, let them bore that thing under, and we use our detectors and all to know where they are. And when they get like 30 feet into the US, right, we dig down and we grab the boring machine and take it and resell it also. So we end up getting like a lot of boring machines for free too. That'd be cool. Craig, are you wearing pants? I'm wearing a swimsuit. It's what I wear most of the time. MS-13 seems to flock to Montgomery County. Well, there you go. That's one reason I sold and moved out. Well, I still have real estate down here sitting in it, but I don't live there all the time. Live here all the time. I'm here occasionally now. It's an occasional thing for Montgomery County, mainly in Frederick County. No, I was saying MS-13 is a drop in the bucket compared to largely hardworking people. MS-13 aren't good. Okay. Well, yeah, we want good, smart, hardworking people to come into this country. Absolutely. The idea is that they come in legally. You know, did you miss that part? So we know who they are, because otherwise you don't know. Yeah, you could have 1,000 people coming in, and the vast majority of them could be good, but you don't know until you vet them, until you know who they are. That, you know, that's like, isn't that smart? Wouldn't that be smart? Like if you had a home and you had a party, would you just let anybody come in the door? Or would you kind of want to know who's coming in? If you just let anybody come in, it could be a disaster. So there you go. Again, Brian, you've got a real knack for stupid comments. Okay, type 1 if you want me to come on. Super chat 5 if you want me to stay off. There you go. Oh, absolutely they want you to come on. They always want you to come on. I find boring machines rather dull. Yeah, but we want the good ones. We want the really expensive ones that we can get. And then we can give them to Elon Musk, and he can use them to build his like high-speed transport under Los Angeles. MS-13 in Landover, Maryland. They're in Landover. Wow. Let anyone in if they're hot. Absolutely, Clive. That's why we invited you in. Absolutely. You got the link. I put it in the chat. Oh, so somebody else made a comment about their 100 watches. They're debating what watch to get next. And I just couldn't. I just said, I responded back. I said, 100 watches. I said, how many wrists do you have? This gets ridiculous sometimes, people. I mean, really, come on, think about this a little bit. 100 watches, that's getting a little bit out of control. Somebody needs an intervention. Speaking of cold weather, a lot of first-generation stateside Puerto Ricans in Chicago are leaving for South Florida. I don't blame them. The winters there suck if you're used to a tropical island. Absolutely. Not many people like the frigid cold. I'm telling you. There's a lot of people that don't like the frigid cold. MS-13, a lot are still in Langley Park, Maryland, and PG County. Well, there you go. I'm not surprised. MS-13. Clive has over 60 watches. Clive might need an intervention here pretty soon. especially if he doesn't have a GS. If he's got 60 watches and doesn't have a good solid GS in his collection, then he might need an intervention. You might need an intervention if, finish that sentence, folks. Yes, I got the GS watch for Christmas today. Emailed you a picture. There you go. All right, let's check out Rob's picture. Let's check out Rob's picture. Picture time. Oh my gosh, that's gorgeous. Okay, let me see if I can share that. Give me a second here. Give me a second. Let me share that puppy. Look at this stunner. Look at that stunner. Whoa. Back the truck up. Back the truck up. Look, and look at that power indicator. It's fully charged. And let's get an accuracy update. Accuracy update. How accurate is that puppy? How accurate is that puppy? Kitty MB. I'm all for the border wall, but it has to be accompanied by making a felony for anyone who hires illegal aliens, plus eliminating all government freebies for them. Many overstay their tourist visas. They're not going to do any of that, Kitty, because all of those programs, that's what gives these government people power. They have power of the purse string, right? They like that. They like controlling lots of money and lots of programs, and they can hire extra staff, and they can have more benefits, and they can grow. The larger government likes to grow, likes to get bigger. So they're not going to cut anything. So that's wishful thinking. It would be great if all of that happened, but it's not the way things work. Okay, let's see what else we have. Beef and reef on a thin wrist. Brian, word is MS-13 members all aspire to own tutors. Well, there you go. Be a good watch for an MS-13 member. Manny, Craig, what are your thoughts on the Casio? Oh shit, I don't know. I don't know that watch. It's a Zaratsu polished titanium watch, and it's radio controlled. I think you would like it. The second hand ticks right on the marker like a 9F. No, I mean, I can't imagine why I would need that. And I certainly don't want something that's radio controlled. That makes things more complicated, I would think. I like durability. I like a rugged watch that's extremely robust in all conditions. So, that's why I like the spring drive, is you don't have any energy storage device in it at all. No battery, no capacitor, no solar panel, none of that stuff. It's very, very simple. More watch channels on YouTube are finally showing some Grand Seikos. It's about time. There you go. Glad I've already got mine, so I don't have to worry if the ADs start selling out. Good news, my in-laws think anyone who wasn't invited into this country should leave. Bad news, they're Native Americans. Oh, it's funny. I watched this thing on the History Channel about what happened to North America and South America when Columbus came. And then what happened afterwards, they released the pigs and the horses and, the diseases that wiped out, all the native populations, a lot of them. And basically the Europeans like totally destroyed North and South America. I mean, they like cut down all the trees. They just annihilated the whole place, right? And now those are the people that the liberals in this country want us to use as examples. They want us to live like the Europeans, right? And they're the ones that came over here and raped and pillaged and destroyed everything, right? Killed all the Native Americans, killed everybody in South America, the Mayas or whatever, just wiped everybody out, just killed them wholesale, right? And then whoever they didn't kill, they just infected with diseases and let them die. And so, yeah, they did all that. and brought in all these invasive species. You know, the pigs that turned into what do you call the ones that are running wild now? Anyway, the ones with the horns and all that stuff, the real nasty ones. I forget what they call them now, but anyway, they got them all over Florida, like, you know, running wild, and so it just kind of trashed everything. And now, of course, the Europeans are like the greatest thing since sliced bread. Government is bloated. Manny likes to state the obvious. There you go, Manny. Okay, you got that right. Hey, Clive, saw some permagenus, whatever that is. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Clive, Cherokees. Yes, the watch is on the large side for me, but the angle of that makes it look worse than it is. Yeah, they're pretty comfortable because it's because of the weight and the shape of the lugs and on all that. They're more comfortable than you might think on wrist, even on a smaller wrist. I think Cheyenne have a community in Oklahoma. Tribal headquarters. Boars, yeah, that's right, boars. Yeah, and some of them are nasty, man. They'll like tear your ass up. Horns. The Europeans keep a nice house on the continent because they exported all their BS to other continents. It's not nice now over there. It's a freaking mess over there. Sir, why is that girl crying? Taking horns or tusks? Okay, so I'm going to put a link in here to the Cowgirls Live. Please, folks, click through and put a little comment on the video that Sarah did about the skid steer unit. Give her some encouragement. I think she did a pretty decent job. Unfortunately, she didn't change her settings in the phone when she uploaded it, so it's only 360p. A feral boar with horns sounds scary. Yeah, they're nasty, the boars. What did you do to her? Not sure what you're asking. Scored some Dr. Pepper, real sugar. Daughter is turning cartwheels. There you go. Craig, why would anyone that collects or hoards expensive watches not have at least one GS spring drive? The spring drive is the best movement in the world. The Snowflake is next for me. Yeah, well, because collectors aren't necessarily buying their watches to use. They're not necessarily buying them to wear every day as tools, so they don't care that they have the best. They just care that they've got a certain watch, right? They don't care if it's really that good because they're not wearing it. So how would they know if it's really that good? They're not wearing it and using it. You have to wear a watch every day before you realize, you know, if it's really any good or not. So that's the answer to that question. Does that feral horned boar also own a two-tone Daytona? That'd be pretty wild. Europe is terrible. I get one car bombing a day in my street alone. I don't think so. I think you're exaggerating there. Oh, my little girl, why is she crying? That girl on the sofa, she looks so scary. The hell is he talking about? I don't know what he's talking about. Row, 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 your Lex. There you go. All right, so I don't know. On a good day, you get a car. I guess he meant bombing, but the sun is shining. Also, Swiss watch snobs have a hatred for Japanese companies and Seiko because Seiko turned the industry on its head with the quartz Astron. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, some people have mental problems, okay? What can I tell you? I mean, it's not, there's no shortcut to that. I mean, there's some people are just not right in the head, okay? I have Rolex, however, the GS spring drive is superior. Well, duh. I mean, I guess it is. You know the difference between ice cream and shit, okay? There's a difference between those two things. Are you her father? Please do something. She's crying. Can't you see it? That girl on the sofa. I don't have any idea what he is talking about. It isn't doom here in Europe. Mind some stories are out of context and some are true. Oh, the media is always going to exaggerate everything and blow everything out of proportion, but it's, you know, it's more of a mess there now than it was 10 years ago, I'll put it that way. Not even the most violent street in Belfast during the Troubles had a car bombing every day. That sounds like an exaggeration to me. There you go. I think it was an exaggeration. Yeah, there you go. An exaggeration. So the government isn't good at doing things, okay? It's simple as that. I mean, look at the welfare program, the welfare state that was created, 100 years ago or whenever they created it, 60 years ago or whatever. It's been a total failure. Hasn't helped anybody. Matter of fact, it's done a lot of harm, and it's cost a huge amount of money. When you give people something, like you give them a check every month and they don't have to work, guess what? They're not going to work, okay? It doesn't work just giving people things. So it's best to the old saying, hey, don't give them a fish, give them a fishing rod and show them how to use it. There you go. That's what you need to do. Don't give them the fish. And that's appropriate here on Christmas Day because that's something that Jesus would say, right? Yeah, he would say that. Hello and Merry Christmas. Hello, hello, hello. Sir, who is that girl in the sofa? What are these people talking about? I disagree. Now people, even politicians, understand the issues and start addressing them. Then years ago, it wasn't acknowledged. What the heck is that all about? That doesn't make any sense. Best watches in my collection: Snowflake, Daytona, and Nautilus. Yeah, get rid of the Daytona and the Nautilus, and you'll be set, Tim. Get rid of the Daytona and the Nautilus, and you'll be good to go. Good to go, buddy. What does welfare pay in a month? Somebody wants to get a check. I think it depends on how good you are at working the system, man. You can get thousands of dollars a month if you know how to work the system. You can get all kinds of free food. You can go around to various food banks and get free food. They got a place here in Montgomery County that you can go. You don't have to show any ID, okay? It's like a grocery store inside. It actually was a grocery store at one point, right? And it's full of stuff, and you get a cart, a regular cart like you get at the grocery store, and you go up and down the aisles, you put whatever you want in the cart. Put whatever you want in the cart, load it up, right? And then you go to check out, and they say, "Oh, thank you for coming." They don't have to know who you are. You could be from Virginia. There's people in the parking lot with Lexuses with like Virginia tags and stuff, like loading up. Free food. What the hell? I mean, and some people load up 2 or 3 times. What the hell? Craig, would you think of a big national infrastructure, New Deal, and jobs program working with companies and business at local level? Yeah. Right. You got to be kidding me. Yeah. Dude, what the hell are you doing? I'm a report you did to that girl. Man, stop with the ridiculous comments, gamer dude. I'm gonna have to block you. You make stupid comments, I can get unmonetized. It can harm my channel. Okay, you do stupid stuff. Okay, so just cut with the stupid stuff. I'm going to start blocking people if they keep doing the stupid stuff, okay? Because this channel will get demonetized with stuff like that. YouTube is getting real funny about stuff. Okay, did you beat that girl? Okay, I'm gonna start blocking you guys. Okay, so let me block Rick. I'll just put him in a timeout for now. I'm gonna put everybody in a timeout that's commenting, that's making the stupid comments. Okay. Yeah, it's not funny, folks. It's not funny to say stuff like that, because, you know, YouTube has algorithms that they'll look at stuff. And a buddy of mine, he had his channel demonetized and couldn't do live streams. Then he had to appeal it, and fortunately he got it turned around. But it's not funny to do the stupid troll stuff on YouTube anymore. That YouTube people do not have a big sense of humor on stuff like that. Have a Rolex DJ41 rhodium dial, fantastic everyday watch, highly recommend. Yeah, that's not bad if you got a pretty good size wrist. The Datejust 41 seemed a little bit large to me when I looked at one. I'd kind of rather have a 36 mil if I went with a Datejust personally. Block him, please. Now people want people blocked. Okay, I'm showing the link that Clive shared. Clive shared some link, and I'm showing it. Mary Xmas, Craig, and all. David, yep, David, good to see you in here. Block the toilet cleaner Mexican Rick Sanchez. Well, see, now you shouldn't have said all that, Dawn. That's kind of a nasty comment. What are you guys doing for Christmas dinner? It's a good question. It's a real good question. I'm probably gonna have shrimp. Strap Code makes the super oyster for the Seiko. Now, I think I might get one. What do you guys think about the looks, Craig? Super oyster on a Seiko. Well, it sounds good. I've heard the Strap Code straps are really good. I probably would rather have the Jubilee though myself. Okay. Somebody's going to a big dinner. I had normal Swedish Xmas dinner. There you go. Having dinner with the family. There you go. And so somebody asked me why I sold the Snowflake. I mean, I've addressed this several times. I wasn't wearing it that much. I was wearing mainly the diver, and then when I'm dressed in a suit, I was wearing the 18 karat gold stunner GS with the 9F movement. So it was becoming a chore to actually wear the Snowflake. I had to actually think about it and put it on and wear it. And so it just became a watch that I just didn't need anymore. If I didn't buy the 18 karat gold stunner, I would still have it because I can wear that with a suit, but it was a little bit big for using with a suit. Having dinner and see my great nephews. Well, there you go. Well, there you go. I'll go ahead and show that comment. Okay. Not sure what else we can cover. I'm going to see if anybody put any comments over there. I'm going to take a few days off, okay? Nobody bothered to go and put a comment. I'm checking right now. Nobody bothered to put a comment. Okay, you guys can't go over to Cowgirls Live and give her a supportive comment. What the heck is wrong with you people? I'm going to give you one more chance to do it. Putting the link in the chat. Go over there and make a damn positive comment on the video that she released. Not rocket science, people. Love Datejust 41. I have the blue dial with Roman numerals and fluted bezel. Rob, can you send us a picture of it? I'm on the West Coast. No. Source drumming. I don't know what that all means. Okay. Craig, enjoyed your vids of the new watches at Little Treasury. Get some more uploaded. I'm going to go there sometime after the first of the year, and I'm going to check out the Omegas. So I'll put some new videos up, and I got a couple more interviews of people that I'll put up also from the other event. So there's a couple more videos coming from that event. But a lot of this stuff is getting redundant. You know, I've covered a lot of this stuff, and people are asking questions that I've already answered. You know, asked and answered, as the counselor would say, as Clive would say, that asked and answered. So what do you think of the new Omega Aquaterra? I got to look at it, Clive, in person, and then I'll tell you. I like what I've heard and seen about some of the new Omegas, but I really have to go see them in person. I have no Facebook and cannot leave any message for the cowgirl. Why don't you have a Facebook account, Dawn? I mean, duh, it's not hard. Just set one up and put a damn comment in there. And what's the excuse for the rest of you people? You know, what is your opinion about Invicta? My opinion is go put a damn comment like I asked you, and then maybe I'll answer your damn question. Send a pic of the DJ41. Okay, send a pic. Okay, okay, fine. What do you think of the old What Omega are you looking forward to at Steve's? I want to look at all of them. I'm gonna go look at them with an open mind and see what I see. I can tell you right now, some of them seem a little bit thick. So that's my initial impression. Okay, let's see. All right, so I'm going to share this picture, and then I'm going to tell you what I think about this. Okay, I'm gonna do this. Okay, there's the Datejust 41. I don't like it. I gotta say, especially that wrist shot. It looks way too big. The lugs look a little bit bulbous. I don't like the proportions on it necessarily. I would sell the piece. That would be a go. Go with it. In other words, go out the door with it. Pass on the Datejust 41. That's going to be my determination on that. I mean, for example, the Snowflake is so much more attractive. Not even a close call. Most new Omegas are 41 mil, and the case is over 50 lug to lug, so kind of large for me. I hear you. Nice, but too big. Should get a 36 mil. It's not nice. It's kind of a little bit ugly. I would just get rid of that watch. please, people, don't buy ugly watches, okay? You're spending too much money on ugly watches. A bit big, but still nice. Enjoy your watch. No, sell it. Sell the watch. Don't listen to these people. I think it would look better in 36 mil with baton indices. Yeah, just the standard loomed indices. I mean, don't get the ugly stuff, people, but don't get watches that have been hit with an ugly stick. There's no reason to do it. Pass on them. My God, go back and look at my video about ugly watches. I was going to try to be positive for Christmas, for gosh sakes. And then you people bring forward these watches that people shouldn't buy, and then you talk about how they're nice. Let's be straight with these people. You know, they're spending a lot of money on these watches. Let's try to dissuade them from making serious mistakes. Come on, that's entirely subjective. No, it's not, Clive. Some things are ugly. My God, man. My God, man. Craig, you do not like Roman numerals. No, not on that watch. Absolutely not. I would pass. No, Clive is not right. You don't have to agree with him just because he's Clive. You know, he can be wrong. 1,500 buys you a GS with a 9F. Well, there you go. Craig, can you look up Rolex Oyster Perpetual 39 white dial? All right. Let's look at a damn Oyster Perpetual 39. Why you people have to stay with this big watch thing? All right. Give me a second. Crying out loud, people. Oh, for crying in the sink. Oh, for crying out loud. Okay. Oh, there's that Oyster Perpetual 34. Why the hell did that come up? Settings. More. Oh, tools here. It's a lot easier for me to do this when I'm up north with my other setup. It's not easy to do this on the laptop. All right. Here's one at Walmart. Are you kidding me? The hell is going on with that? There's another one at Walmart. That can't be a 39 mil. That's a 34 mil. I searched for 39 and I'm getting all kinds of 34s. See what this is. All right, well, whatever this is, I'm going to share it, and I'm going to give this as an example of an attractive watch, okay? Come on, this is not difficult, people. Damn you. We're just wasting my freaking time. All right, look at this, and just look at it, do a screenshot, whatever the hell you got to do. That's a good-looking watch, okay? Look at the watch, look very closely at it, study it, okay? That's a good-looking watch, all right? I mean, I'm sorry to get upset, people, but it's just ridiculous that you can't tell that. Is there something wrong? The SBGX 295. All right, let's see what that is real quick. Think I know what it is, but let me just make sure. I'm not in that bad of a mood. I'm just trying to make an impression that you people should just think seriously about this kind of stuff before you make stupid choices and buy an ugly freaking watch and then say it's subjective. Yeah, I don't like the case on that watch. Okay, I'm not even going to show it. Like, I'm not going to waste my time. But I don't like the case on that. on the 295. I just don't like the case design. Sorry, got you in a bad mood, Craig. Okay, yeah, I'm not really. White dial privilege. Try 36 instead. Numerals. No. You just saw what I just showed. Come on. Maxi case. So yeah, forget the maxi case. Craig giving it to us straight. Well, there you go. Oyster Petrol 39. Life is too short to buy ugly watches, people. Clive sent you an email just now. I have a feeling that Clive will get Oyster Petrol 39, white, black, in 2019. All right, let's check the email. Clive sent an email. A Speedy. Yeah, that's a watch to pass on. Let me show you guys, okay? Let me do a screen share here to give you one to pass on. Share. Okay, there's one. Do not pass go. Do not buy. If you own it, sell it. Okay? There's no reason to own that watch, okay? So just so you know. Unless you're driving race cars and you need the timer and you absolutely need that functionality, unless that's the case, I would just say pass. Do a pass on that one. How about Rolex 14060? We'll do a show here when you guys can ask about specific watches when I'm up north, because I can't check them as quick and easy on this system as I can up there. So we'll check some watches for you in a later show, at a later date. But just watch my ugly watches video. I kind of went through this stuff. U.S. total debt liability, counting Social Security, government debt, Medicare, and government pensions is over 200 trillion, according to Forbes. They're arguing over 5 billion. Yeah, well, that's why you buy Bitcoin, folks, because it's limited. Okay? Think about it. It's limited. Live outside the system, folks. Step outside the system. Step into the realm of Bitcoin. I'm going to buy Craig a Roman numeral dial Rolex for New Year's. You'll love it. Yeah, right. Speedy 321. Pre-moon. There you go. I was referring to no date pre-ceramic Submariner. Well, there you go. Absolutely. Yeah. Clive, that's a classic. There you go. The USA gives $41 billion a year to foreign aid. Just take the $5 billion from there. Sick of this country giving so much away. That's what the government does. They go through money. That's what they do. They're primed for that. You know, that's what they do. They spend money. They're like that super hot girlfriend that you gave some credit cards to, right? What's she going to do? She's going to spend money. Okay? That's what she does. The government is the same way. What are they going to do? They're going to spend money. And they're not going to spend it wisely. Forget about that. Forget about them spending it efficiently and wisely. Not going to happen. Would you buy/wear a white gold Day-Date 40? I certainly wouldn't buy one, no. If somebody gave it to me for free and said, you got to wear it, I'd probably wear it, yeah. Some. But yeah, I'd rather have a yellow gold. I will buy you a Hublot big brand Unico 45. U.S. government is out of money, hence troops coming back. Well, you notice everybody's on Trump's back about that. They don't want to bring the troops back because they want to keep spending money over there. They want to keep their hands all over the place, right? They want to be out there and spending money. That's what they love to do. 16K for that Hublot. Hello, Christmas, everybody. Time for fun. There you go. Okay. Rapper's watch. I'm saving for an Omega Seamaster. You can wait a couple of weeks. I'm going to have a video of them at some point, and we can talk about which one you should get. In the meantime, is this diver gorgeous or what? Think about that. Think about that. Think about that. I will wait. Okay. Absolutely wait. Get something really cool. So I think we're going to wrap here pretty soon because the questions are drying up. And Clive isn't willing to come in. What diver is on your wrist? Is it SBGA 231, I think is the model. It's the titanium diver. Grand Seiko with a spring drive. Craig, you seem the kind of guy that drives a Tesla. Is that correct? No, I have a Prius. I have a 2004 Prius that runs great, that I bought new, always been garage kept, runs good, and I'm going. Second email sent. Okay, let's check the second email. Second email. Emails from Clive get priority treatment. Yeah, absolutely. Sub, no date. Let's share that. Sub, no date. What's not to like? What's not to like about a sub, no date? He's got it on a rubber strap. Just make sure your straps fit nice and tight. Nothing worse than a strap that has slop on either side, like Sean Connery, and when he first wore one, they couldn't even get a strap that fit it right. That was ridiculous. So there's that. Let's see here. If you want me to come in, type 1 now. They've already typed a whole bunch of ones. Looks good. Okay. If you had to choose between an early 70s red sub or a 6538 Sean Connery Big Crown 1958 Submariner, which would it be? It would come down to condition. If they were both in mint condition, I'd probably still go for the red sub. I liked that red sub. That was a nice watch. How about the Breitling Avenger Hurricane 50mm watch that has Craig's name all over it? There you go. If you want me to come in, type 1. Looks good. Blue. Okay. I'd like to get a white gold day date with black dial. I have a two-tone Datejust 36 with champagne dial and don't wear it much. Prefer white over yellow gold. Yeah, no, yellow gold all the way, Rob. You're wrong on that one. And this is not, again, this is not subjective. This is objective. Yellow gold is better than white gold, okay, period. It trumps it. Okay, got a bunch more ones. And the day watches were worn with a bit of slack. I see people doing that, yeah. If Seiko came out with the Titan in 40mm and no date, would you have gotten one over your 231? No, this is a perfect size for me. This is perfect on my wrist. And I like the bigger size because it gives you a nice big dial to read. Because remember, the bezel takes up some of that space. So, you know, the dial is a good size. I would not change the size of this watch. Well, look at it. I think it looks fine on my wrist. I don't have any problem with it. Very comfortable too. All right, give me a second. Okay, he's coming in. So we're going to keep broadcasting because Clive is going to come in. He's going to straighten everything out. I'm selling my old Breitling Super Avenger 2. It's too big and I do not wear it anymore. Yeah, start selling out while the market is still relatively hot on watches in general. Start selling, guys. Pare your collection down to 1 or 2 of the best watches that you've got and go that way. You'll feel a lot better. Trust me. Craig, wouldn't it be fun to have Archie on too? I don't think he'll come on. He would have to pay Archie to get him on. That's a good point. What improvements would you like Seiko to make to the Snowflake that would have you consider it again? Put a dial on it like an Explorer dial so it's real readable. I need it to be more readable. I need loomed hands. So yeah, if you put a dial on it more like an Explorer and gave it some micro adjustments, I would be good. Send a link. Oh, he wants me to email the link to him. He wants a special invitation. Just give me a second here. I'll get it. I will send him a special invite. Okay, it's on the way. It is on the way. On the way. And so bracelet or internet, it is always about links. There you go. Archie does nothing free. Or post it here again, switched computers. So I just emailed it to you, Clive. How's the basement? I'll put it in the chat too, just if that's more convenient. Oh, he's in. I hear rumblings.
Hey, Craig, how are you doing?
There we go. I'm going to leave it on auto switching, so when you talk, it's on you.
All right. How's your Christmas going?
It's going good. I'm just chilling out, which is good. This is my off year. I didn't go down to see the folks and all that down in North Carolina, so I'm just kind of chilling out up here and taking a little bit of time kind of off from my normal activities. Playing with the goats, playing with the chickens, eating fresh eggs every day. Those chickens will eat anything, I'm telling you.
Oh, yeah, totally.
I thought the goats would eat anything, but the chickens will really eat anything.
Pigs are also not known for being very finicky or very discerning.
I can imagine. So, Clive, do we need to do an intervention? Do you have too many watches?
Well, I've actually flipped some. I'm actually going to probably be getting rid of some of my vintage one, but even the old vintage ones are pretty nice, though.
So the problem is that you would have a problem deciding which ones to get rid of.
Yeah, well, yeah, actually.
So you want some help from the people in the chat?
Sure, why not?
Why don't you give them 3 watches to choose from and have them pick 2 of the 3 to jettison?
Okay.
Pick any 3.
Let's see. Omega Speedmaster Moonwatch, early 70s, reference 145.022-71. The second one would be a Rolex 6546. That's an 18-karat Oyster Perpetual from 1958. It's got an engine-turned bezel. That's in pretty good shape. 18-karat gold, so it was originally meant for the European and not the American market, because the American market was 14K, and it has the original gold Explorer dial on it. It's an Explorer dial, but it's all in gold.
And it's on a strap.
Yes.
Does it have a Rolex buckle?
Yes.
Well, I can tell you right now that one is not going to go anywhere. Keep that one.
Well, that's my favorite one. That's one of my favorites, to be honest.
Yeah, so that one, don't even have that one in the discussion. So now you've got to come up with two others because that one's out of the discussion.
Okay, the Omega 861, early 70s. God, what was the other one I said?
Well, you've already mentioned two Omegas.
Okay. Let's do the Omega 861.
Mm-hmm.
Let's do Rolex 14270.
Can you put them in the chat so they can see them?
Okay.
Do you need the link?
No, that's all right. I've got it.
Okay.
Let's see.
Blue wants the Rolex. He wants the price on the Rolex.
Explore. That's an explore. That's it's a tritium dial. It's let's see. The Rolex 14270. I've got adult onset dyslexia.
Yeah, don't put the Rolex in there. We've already taken it out of the discussion.
Well, what? Which one?
The gold one.
Okay, yeah. No, I'm talking the 14270, the Explorer
Okay.
1.
Okay.
Okay, I typed it in.
Okay, folks, so I want you to vote. The Omega is the first one. The Rolex is the second. Well, there's two Rolexes. So there's an Omega and two Rolexes. We need you to pick two of those to go. Two have to go. David, are you selling the Explorer 1? I'm in the market if the price is right. David, we haven't decided yet. We have to vote on which ones he's going to jettison. So put your vote in there. Let's call the Omega number 1, the Explorer's number 2, and the Sea Dweller's number 3. So vote which ones need to go. Vote in the chat. Sell the Omegas. There's only one Omega there, Guy. Terry. Look at the list again. Put the Rolex for sale. Sell the 861 and the Sea Dweller. Do you have 321?
Yeah, that's the first one I mentioned. That's my birth year. It's a 105.012-66.
So we've got a 1 and a 3. We've got a 2 and a 3. We've got another 1 and a 3. I agree with the 1
and the 2 and the 1 and the 2. It's like the Lawrence Welk show.
I agree with the 1 and the 3. I'll vote 1 and 3. Matter of fact, I'll put my vote in there right now.
So you would keep the Explorer 1 and you'd jettison the Sea Dweller.
Yeah. Yeah. And I had a Sea Dweller. One of that's one of the older Sea Dwellers, right?
Right.
Yeah, I had one of those.
And like I said, there's a couple. I've got the 1630 and the 1530.
I'll tell you what. I would say just sell all three of those and keep that gold stunner and start wearing the gold stunner some. Start wearing it and enjoying it.
Let me see if I can pull up a picture of the stuff.
With the engine turn bezel and stuff, that's beautiful. Can you show it, or is it not handy?
Let me see. I have to see sometimes these Macs don't sync like they're supposed to. I've got it on the phone.
No, I mean, you don't have the actual watch handy?
Well, it would probably be almost better to show a picture.
Okay.
Because we can do this thing called screen sharing.
Yeah.
Yeah, here we go.
But I'll tell you, the only one of those three watches that I would be sure of is the number 1. I'd definitely get rid of the Omega. My gosh, you got some fantastic watches. There's no reason for you to have that Omega. Don't let Archie or any of these other idiots talk you into the benefits of an Omega, for gosh sakes, when you've got stunner Rolexes.
That's my 1958 semi-bubble back.
Okay, so now, yeah, I'm not a big fan of heavily patinaed watches. I know it's the thing, but still, that's a pretty stunning watch. That is pretty stunning. Now,
And notice
is that watch 18 karat gold, and the photo just looks kind of washed out?
it is 18 karat gold, yeah. And well, sometimes gold can be difficult, but look how finely the about the inch and turn bezel though.
Oh, I love that. It's in great shape. And it's not, I mean, it's not the when you're looking at the macro like we are, where you're looking at it really zoomed in, you see everything shows up much more, right?
Yeah. Oh
Now
yeah,
those indices, are those plated? Are they not solid gold?
they're solid gold.
Why do they look like they're corroded?
I will have to look. It just could be. It could just be the extreme magnification, or it could be dirty.
It might just be reflecting off the dial or something.
Right.
Well, I'll tell you what, you know some really good watch guys. I would see if they could just clean it up a little bit. I mean, obviously you don't want them to harm that dial, but if they could clean up those indices and just kind of, you know, give it a little bit of tender loving care, I love that watch.
Well, and the thing is, I have done a lot of looking, and I haven't found another one with that combination: the 18 karat, the inch and turn bezel, and then the Gold Explorer dial with the arrowhead indices.
Oh yeah, I think it's fantastic. That is a 36 mil, right?
34 mil.
Oh, 34.
Yeah.
Okay, 34.
It's 1958.
Okay. Still,
It's in the 4 million range.
I still think it's fantastic.
And what people don't realize is that wasn't like the 4 millionth one they made that year. That's the 4 millionth one they made since they began counting.
Yeah. Before they changed their serial numbers and all. Yeah. I think it's cool. That's a nice dress watch because of the smaller size. I'm assuming it's only about 12 mils thick, or even less than that.
Well, it's kind of hard to tell being a semi-bubble back.
Yeah, I would measure it. I think it's probably. I would doubt it would be more than 12.
No, it is pretty. Yeah.
Have you tried it like under dress cuff and all? It fits fine.
Oh yeah, totally. Yeah.
That would probably be my dress watch if I were you, because you dress up a lot, and that's ideal.
Okay, and David Williams is asking. I think it's like a 96. I think offhand it's a used serial. Well, and like I said, now Dave, they wanted me to post a picture of the fuck off collection.
Yeah, really, I'm sure. So Terry, you can show that. Terry says, keep the Rolex Oyster Perpetual 18 karat gold and sell the rest. You're right, Terry.
Well, but then you've got, I mean, the 1630 and the oyster quartz, right?
Yeah. You showed me those.
Yeah.
You showed me the ones that have the mechanical movement in them, but they've got the oyster quartz case.
Right. So the bracelets are also slightly different.
Well, yeah, I don't like those integral bracelets, though. I mean, but you have those because those are really rare birds. I can understand that. I mean, that's more of that is kind of a legitimate investment type situation because those are really rare.
I've also got the, I sent you the picture of the 10460. Now, that's not, are you there?
Yeah, you sent me the one with the strap on it, the rubber strap.
Yeah. Now, keep in mind, I've still got the bracelet for it.
Okay.
Why can I not see you on this?
See me where?
Well, I can hear you. I just can't see you. Do I have more? Okay. Well,
are you in the Hangout? Are you looking in the Hangout window or on the YouTube?
Yeah, I'm looking in the Hangout window.
Yeah, well, when I talk, you should see me, and you should see the little down below. You should see me small when I'm not talking.
No, I don't see either way.
You must not be on the right window.
Well, I'm wondering what the hell the window I'm actually on then. Okay.
That's a good question.
Yeah. Now
And folks, is the audio okay, or am I getting some feedback from him? Do I need to turn him down on my laptop? Let me know if the audio is okay. Let me know in the chat.
and again, this isn't the 10460M. This is the 10460 from 1991. Papers.
Yeah, and TSP says he's got some catching up to do. And then somebody else said no need for a Speedmaster. There you go. I agree with that. Audio is good. Okay, so let me get back to where I can see you, Clive.
All right.
I see the bracelet.
Okay. What kind of condition does the bracelet look in?
Turn it sideways so I can see the side of it. Well, that looks like a solid link bracelet.
Yep.
What year was that watch?
1991. Oh no, you can here's the. You can tell it from the paper thin stamped clasp.
I got you. Yeah. And the end links are in good shape.
Yep.
Yeah, they've all been out of shape. Well, yeah. I mean.
So basically, whoever got this. Story is the guy got it from this like a little jewelry store just in Nowheresville, like in the sticks, like 40 miles outside of Dallas. Immediately stuck it on the rubber B and never wore the bracelet.
That's good. So that's why you're kind of attached to that watch.
Well, box and papers, and it's a 2-line no date.
Yeah. Well, that would be a good rotation. That one with the gold stunner. How could you go wrong?
Now there's also, where's the link? Okay. Also the, I've got a Kermit. What else do I have? Sea Dweller. I've got the modern sub no date.
With the maxi case.
Right.
Yeah, I'd sell that while the market's hot. I'd get rid of all the maxi case stuff.
What about the Air King?
Well, the Air King is a good everyday beat around watch when you might be going swimming, and you want a more modern watch that you're for sure is going to be waterproof and all that. My problem is I don't like using winders.
No.
And so I don't like having more watches than I can keep running. And I don't like to unscrew the crown and have to reset the time and wind them up and go through all that nonsense. So that's why I like to have a 2-watch rotation, because I can keep 2 watches running.
And of course, there's I've showed you the gold nipple dial, right?
I don't. Oh, yeah.
1675 gold nipple dial, 1975. GMT 1. You see,
yeah, you need an intervention for sure.
Well, now here's the other thing. What do you think about Patek Philippe?
Well, in your line of work, I think a nice Calatrava would probably make sense, because you need a nice dress watch. But again, I like that 34 mil Rolex for that purpose.
Well, how about a World Time, a 5110?
No, I think the World Time is ugly.
What about the Kermits?
The Kermit's the green one?
Yeah. No, the Hulk is the all green, the new one. That's a Max case. The Kermit is the 50th anniversary. It's got a black dial with a green insert, and it's also got a special maxi case with maxi indices.
Yeah, I've seen that one. Yeah. No, I would pass on that, because I think the maxi case was a mistake.
No. This one it's a modded. They modded up the pre-ceramics update.
It's got the bigger hash marks, but not the maxi case.
Right.
I still don't like that. I still would rather have, I still like the original dial.
See, I don't know.
So you think it's more readable because they made it bigger?
Yeah, it is a lot more readable. A lot more eye-catching. It kind of makes an ordinary, 16610 an ordinary sub date.
That will be advantageous when you get older, for sure.
It's advantageous now, Craig.
Okay. Well, then, yeah, I mean, but you're ending up with a lot of keepers here. We're not discarding anything hardly.
Well, that's the trouble. I mean, yeah. I mean, and mine like a couple of years ago, before the before all the prices went insane.
So you're in most of these watches right because you buy them right anyway.
Right.
Even if you bought it today, you'd buy it right.
Well, yeah. Even my guy there's the watch dealer in Tulsa, the guy on the used market. He's like he'll pay me $1,000 extra for it. He'll pay me full MSRP for this Air King. I'm like, are you out of your mind? They have these here locally, but he's like, well, yeah, but he's like, I know people in like Miami that they're so short of them in these areas, they'll buy them just to snatch them up.
Sure, absolutely. Well, I mean, if you can move that thing and make a grand or two on it, personally, I would do it. I don't get attached to these things. I mean, I'd move it in a heartbeat if I could make a nice, healthy profit, but that's just me.
So if I could make, say, 10,000 profit on the 321, I should probably move that.
Absolutely. Because I don't think this super strong market is going to continue indefinitely. I really think that we're on thin ice with this thing.
Well, and that's the thing. He even tells me he thinks the Rolex expansion is slowing down a little bit, contracting. But on the other hand, at the same time, I've got people telling me in Houston that the ADs are bare. They don't have anything in Miami. So it's just like, which one is it? Is it slowing down, or are they being wiped out? Oh,
well, you could have specific, but you could have specific areas that will remain that way longer than others. You see what I'm saying? The market could be getting soft globally, but it could be still hot in certain areas, right?
What about the GMT Master 2? I've got another one in steel. It started out life as a Coke.
Yeah, I would sell that GMT Master 2 just because you've got the 34 mil 18 karat gold stunner. You don't need a steel and gold watch. Steel and gold is a compromise watch.
No. This is another one.
I'm talking about the GMT in steel and gold.
No, that's the GMT 1.
Yeah.
I've got a GMT 2 Coke.
In steel and gold?
No, in just steel.
Oh, okay.
But it's Coke, but I also have the bezel.
We need to bring in some reinforcements. You need a major innovation. You need more help than I can provide.
Now, see, it's tough because in the GMT2, I've actually got spare bezels for it, because that model that can actually go from Coke to Pepsi to black, and since there weren't letters after the number, all three is fair game.
Yeah, I see. I hear you.
Yeah, and actually,
I got to give you credit. You've been very selective, except for the Omega Speedy. You've been very selective on your buys.
Are you nuts? Are you nuts? Are you nuts? Do you realize what that Speedy? Okay, number one, you realize what's coming up in July of next year, right?
Hey, thumb down on the Speedies.
Do you realize? Okay, but do you realize what is coming up next July?
No, you tell me what's coming up next July.
The 50th anniversary of the first moon landing, Apollo 11.
Okay. So sell the damn thing, because we're coming up into that, and people are going to think they're hot and all that. Sell the damn thing, get your money out of it while you can. It's not a very well-made watch. Even the bracelet on it's not that great. I mean, I would just...
It's actually, but the Lemania 321 is a hell of a good vertical calm wheel movement.
Yeah, but do you really need a chronograph? Are you a car racer?
I may someday be an astronaut, Greg.
You've got superior watches. I would let that puppy go. Wrist time is valuable. You only have so much wrist time available, and I would not go out in public wearing that Speedy if I had something like, those other watches that you have. I mean,
right.
Take your pick. I mean, you've got so many vastly superior watches to put on your wrist.
Well, it depends what you mean by vastly superior. I mean, when it's the vertical calm wheel movement, that's actually one of the best movements ever made. That's actually one of the most legible dials ever made. It's got the history of them, and also there's kind of
I think the dial looks kind of busy myself. I'd rather have your GMT2 on my wrist as far as readability.
Well, actually, for a 42 millimeter chronograph, it's quite legible.
Yeah, but you don't think, for example, the any of the Submariners are going to be more legible? Just a Submariner. I mean, you got that busy stuff on the dial, the sub-dials and stuff. I mean, I don't know. I would pass on that, and I would wear the damn Rolex when I'm going out in public. I mean, you're a successful guy. You don't need to be wearing a second tier or third tier watch. And my buddy's an Omega dealer, for gosh sakes. Right? I mean, if somebody has a really good Rolex, I mean, a really solid, good Rolex, I would never recommend that them leave the house with an Omega on their wrist. I would recommend they do that if they don't have the Rolex.
See, but it's hard decisions though, really, because I think for a lot of these, in the two-tone, I think the two-tone sub, I think there's still blue. I think there's still plenty of ceiling on top of those, over those things. I think they have been slowly and very.
Now, do you have the two-tone sub too?
No, I don't.
All right, good. Well, thank God for that. Okay, here's what I would do. This is the intervention. I would sell at least 3 of those valuable Rolexes you have. And then I would keep an eye out for a pre-ceramic 18 karat gold sub. In really great condition with box and papers. And I'd get that, and I'd have a gold sub. And
how about a GMT?
Huh?
How about a GMT? I'd rather have a gold GMT.
Gold GMT, that'd be fine. And even one with the Jubilee bracelet would be fine. And preferably one with the micro adjustments. Okay.
So you mean a current one, you don't mean a vintage one?
No. This would be pre-ceramic.
Okay.
The pre-ceramic ones, they had micro adjustments on the bracelet. Right?
Right.
When did they go to the Jubilee bracelet without the micro adjustments? What year?
Without the micro adjustments. You mean
like a hidden clasp Jubilee?
Fairly recently, I think. Like within the last 5 years, I think.
I'd figure that out as long as it is before that, right?
Right.
As long as it's a nice solid bracelet, Jubilee on a GMT2. I'd get one with the black bezel, personally. 18 karat gold, and get rid of those steel boat anchors, 3 of them at least, and that's the move I would make. I mean, you're a classy guy, you know. You need to be wearing 18 karat gold on your wrist. I'm sorry, I don't care about all these people that say that steel is where it is and all this stuff. I mean, they're full of malarkey. That ain't where it is.
Well,
and the tide is going to change. Let's see what they're saying in the chat about that.
Yeah.
Um,
July 20th, 2019.
David says a practical user versus a collector. Craig's video is fantastic quality. Somebody says, well, I got it like that. Watching Clive talk to Craig illustrates how much Craig is not a watch person. Exactly. I'm not a watch person. I'm a watch user. Right now I'm an interventionist. Is that even a word?
Yes.
Keep two-tone 16s. There's a lag effect, mostly in larger coastal cities where cost of living is high. Okay. Merry Christmas to everyone. Craig is hilarious, and I love him for what he brings to the table. He's unwavering and stubborn confidence in his own beliefs is unmatched. It's not rocket science, Stuart. Okay, what else do we got here? 18 karat gold case bracelet is for Hindus. Is that Hindus? That's not.
I think probably Hindus. I think they might be making a kind of an offhand reference to Hisham Habib on the other channel. And Hisham is an Arab. He lives in India. Gold
only over 10,000. Listen to Craig. 18 karat gold will rule at the end of the day. There you go. Steel a joke over 10,000. What's nuts is the people are paying as much for a modern steel Daytona as they are for a gold one. Well, they're going to get burned.
Oh, yeah, big time.
Wrangler, get a gold GMT. Yeah. We're getting some support for the gold GMT. The problem is that everybody wants these steel sport watches, and so everybody's got them and everybody's buying them, and it's just they're all going that direction. Whenever that's happening in whatever market it is, it's always better to go the opposite direction because something's wrong. There's going to be a crash.
You mean I should get a tutor?
No. No. A lot of people are buying tutors too, and they're saying how great they are, and they're full of. Back in the day,
malarkey.
Hey, these guys can say whatever they want, but the bottom line is I have been buying these watches for 40 years, so I do have some experience, okay? And I remember back in the day, some people were buying tutors, and we always laughed at the concept of buying tutors. We were like, forget about it. No freaking way, right?
Forget about it. Are you Italian?
And that's exactly. And that's the thing. There's no reason.
You are Italian. Yeah, you're wanting me to get solid gold watches. You're saying they're wearing athletic wear on Christmas. Yeah. And you want me to buy solid gold watches. You're Italian. I knew it.
That's right.
I knew it.
So yeah. I mean, and that's the other thing. You have the perfect excuse to wear an 18 karat gold watch because you dress nice and you wear suits and stuff to work. And like that 34 mil Oyster Date that you have, that's the perfect stealth watch. I mean, that even though it's gold, it's very understated and it's very classy looking. And you could be wearing that in any setting. And that's just fantastic. And then if you want to get a little bit funky one day or whatever, you wear the 18 karat gold GMT2. And that's still going to be fine. And those are nice and thin, by the way. Those older ones, the pre-ceramic, they're only like 12 mils thick. That's why I wore the GMT2 because it was a little bit thinner than the Submariner. That's why I went to the GMT2 from the Sub because it was a little bit thinner. It was a little bit easier to get under the cuff, right? So, and with the Jubilee, that's even better still. So yeah, that's your perfect 1-2 punch. Can you imagine that rotation? That 36 mil 18 karat gold stunner and the GMT2.
Jen Apro saying Craig is dressing like Polly Walnuts.
Yeah,
Well,
I'll tell you, I'm convinced, Clive, that's the rotation for you.
but what about a Hublot?
A what?
Hublot.
I think I've seen some of those watches. I think somebody sent me a link to one of those. I think it was ugly. Yeah. So yeah, no, I mean, you can't get any better than that combination we just outlined. The only thing you could do better for that is roll in a Grand Seiko, but I don't think you're ready to do that yet. So
I've got an Oyster Quartz. It's a quartz watch. It's accurate.
yeah, but I don't like the integrated bracelet. I don't like that case design on those watches and the integrated bracelet. Those never were never the right thing to do, I don't think. So yeah, sell 3 of those stunners at the top of the market.
Only 3?
Only 3. Pick 3 of your more expensive steel watches. I don't care which 3. And you can probably just take the money from 2 of them. Will the money from 2 of them be enough to buy the GMT2?
Which GMT2?
We're talking about an 18 karat gold GMT2.
Tough to tell. Well, if I get it pre-owned. Well, yeah, I mean, but I think there's, well, of course, then again, everyone thinks the market's going to do great until it fails. But, okay, no. Here is.
You're way ahead. You're way ahead right now. Cut and run.
Let me see if I can find that freaking picture. Hold on. Literally, I just had that damn thing pulled up just a second.
The guys in the chat said they'll all be your friend if you have a 18 karat GMT2.
Some of you guys remember this picture, I'm sure.
We're seeing a black screen.
Yeah, it's.
You're not sharing the right screen yet. It's just a blank black screen.
All right. Try it again. Desktop. Start screen share. God. I had that damn thing pulled up just literally a second ago.
Yeah, we're seeing a black screen.
Oh, and I've got, yeah. Oh, because I'm being over, no. Yeah. All right, Craig, I think that's about it. I need to start getting ready for where I'm going.
All right, we never did see your screen share, though. We never.
Well, I've shown to you before. It's the one where I spelled them out on the Indian blanket.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right, well, why don't you report next time, do some research, see what it would cost you to get a GMT2 and 18 karat gold, box and papers, pre-ceramic.
Well, here's the other possibility. If the watch market is unsure and unsettling, I guess sell high, buy low.
Yeah, well, if you sell 3 of the stunners, 3 of the steel stunners at the top of the market, right?
Right.
Take your time and do what you normally do. Get a deal on the 18 karat gold stunner. Wait and get a deal on it. Because you're not pressed. You'll still have plenty of watches, and you're still going to have the 34. You're still going to have the 34 mil to wear as a dress watch. Does that run okay?
Yeah, it works. It works just fine.
Okay.
The thing is, everyone seems to think that 34 mil is too small, and that's malarkey.
Exactly. For a dress watch, it's great.
Yeah, and actually, even the 36 millimeter Explorer, I think, is great for a dress watch, frankly.
Yeah, absolutely. I wore my day date as a dress watch many times. I mean, that's all I had.
The day date is the classic example of a dress watch.
Yeah.
But yeah, and the day date's also 36. But I've worn 34 before, because if it's 34, it doesn't have a huge, massive bezel. It doesn't have a lot of complications, especially if it's just a three-hander. And there's not a lot of stuff on the dial. So if the contrast is, 34 is good, as long as there's not stuff cluttering up the dial and the contrast is good. Perfectly fine all the time.
Absolutely. Well, my 18 karat gold dress watch is a 35 mil, and it's fine. I can read it fine. Now, I can't read it as good as this watch. I mean, obviously, but I mean, for what it is, it works great. So yeah, anywhere from 34 mil to 36 mil, I think is an ideal dress watch size, as long as it's no more than 12 mils thick.
Mm-hmm.
I think you're golden. All right, well, we're going to wrap up. We're going to wrap up the show. Thanks for dropping in. Everybody have a great meal. And that's correct, those of you in the chat. I am right. I'm always right when I make a judgment. And Clive is
I got to see this. I got to see this now.
Clive is used to judges making a determination and making a judgment, and he's used to abiding by them.
Appealing.
AP offshore. Oh my gosh.
No.
Veal Parmigiani. Wrangler is way ahead. So maybe 40 years ago, now people see right through gold Rolexes, white gold or platinum better. No, Neuro, you're wrong. You're wrong. 18 karat yellow gold always is the way to go. Let's see what else there is here. Vacheron, Constantin, or an AP. No, forget it. Neuro, are you smoking something? Muhammad Ali wore a small tank. Chinese food just arrived.
Nice.
Merry Christmas, everyone. Okay, I think we're good. I think we can call this a successful broadcast and a successful intervention. We've got you thinking about it. That's the first step. We got you thinking about liquidating 3 of those steel watches and taking, let's say, 75% of the money and plowing it into a 18 karat gold stunner.
No, should it be an 18 karat gold stunner? Or should be a Calatrava?
Maybe, but I think your idea of a GMT2, because you've already got the 34 mil, right? You've already got the smaller dress watch covered.
Right. And so you're not a fan of two-tone, right?
No, not when you've got all gold. No, the two-tone's a compromise watch. Always was. It was for the people that couldn't afford the all gold. They bought the steel and gold. And then they said they liked it better. And they were lying to themselves. So there's that. No, I think you've got it covered because, see, you don't want to sell that 34 mil watch because that's a stunner, right? And that's an unusual piece, and it's just there's a lot.
I have looked long and hard. I've never seen one like it.
Yeah, there's a lot going on there. So no, if you didn't have that, I would say yes. Look at a Calatrava, right?
Right.
But you've got that, and I think it's equivalent. I think it's on the same plane. I think it's just a really cool watch, and it's different, and it's just super, super cool. I would like to see it in real life to see what it really looks like. But I think it probably looks stunning. So, and then once you sell those 3 pieces, we're going to get you a decent camera and audio setup so that we can up your production quality.
And also I have to learn a little bit of video editing as well. Probably just sit down and spend some time with iMovie and learn how to work it.
Oh yeah, iMovie's cool. Yeah, and then you'll step up to Final Cut Pro. That'll be your next step up from that. All right, well, it's all good, Clive. I think we're rocking and rolling. I got a call coming in, so I'm going to terminate.
All right, everyone, Merry Christmas. Happy New
Thanks,
Year.
everybody.